All right,
Hey,
everybody,
everyone.
welcome back to Casual Conversation with G&A.
Glad to be back.
Yes, today we're going to be having conversation 24. And it's going to be
The Whaley House.
the Whaley House. So I know last week we didn't do a video.
Yeah, because we were on a vacation.
A mini vacation.
Yeah, we went to San Diego and we had literally the best time of our lives over there. It was so much fun, dude. Like, it was great, dude. It was awesome.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. So that's why we wanted to do this topic, actually, because, this home is located in San Diego. And it's so cool because we got a chance to look at it.
Not the inside.
Yeah, not the inside, but the outside. And, you get a feel for the ambiance. And it was just super cool to be, like, able to be there. And then be able to talk about it now, so we're pretty excited.
Yeah. So the Whaley House is located in San Diego, and it is in Old Town San Diego. So if you haven't been there, oh my God, it's one of my favorite places.
Beautiful.
Because it's so historic, and it's, I don't know, there's just something about that energy that I liked. And there's old buildings all over, like, it's like a little, I guess like a street, and it's all the old town of San Diego, the original San Diego. So the Whaley House is located there. And so you're going to find out more about it.
Yeah.
But I love that place. It was amazing.
Yeah, so I guess that's why it's called Old Town, because it literally is the first town there. It's literally the defining factor of, like, San Diego. So San Diego's awesome, dude. Just want to throw that out there.
Okay, so cool. Go ahead.
Okay, so the Whaley House, like we mentioned, Old Town San Diego, that's where you'll find it. And California, right? San Diego, California, if you're not from Cali. And the home, a little bit of info. I'm going to give you a little bit of background about the home first. So it is a mid-19th century Greek revival architecture. That's the type of style the home has. And it was formerly dedicated as a historic house museum on May 25th of 1960. And it was open to the public ever since. And it is one of the Southern California's most popular visitor destinations. So it's really up there. And over 100,000 people visit the Whaley House annually, with guests traveling from across the globe to experience this world-renowned museum. So that's super cool, man. You get all kinds of people wanting to check this out. So if you can, you should. So it is owned by the County of San Diego since September of 2000. And I guess this group is called the Save Our Heritage Organization. Short acronym is SOHO. So I guess that's...
I was wondering what that meant.
I know, you get, like, who owns this place now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ask questions like that. So it's them, and I guess they're so they manage and they operate the property. But SOHO is a nonprofit advocacy organization that has led the community as a powerful catalyst for historical preservation by raising awareness and appreciation of our region's architectural and cultural heritage since 1969. So that's basically their purpose, to save the heritage, like everything that's historical, everything that's, means something. They're trying to preserve that history. And, this house was one of the things that needed to be preserved,
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and when you look at it, you understand, and it's cool to be able to, like, it's almost like you go back in time.
Yeah, for sure.
Like in a time machine.
That's why I liked it.
Like, yeah, you're like in a time machine and you're like, wow, I came back to, like, the Western, the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, a little bit more about the structure. So the building was started with the construction of a granary that later became a courtroom. And the 2-story house and the store addition was designed by Thomas Whaley himself and constructed in 1857. It was the first 2-story brick edifice in San Diego, and it was built from bricks made in Thomas Whaley's own brickyard. And Whaley would say, this is like his quote, "My new house, when completed, will be the handsomest, most comfortable and convenient place in town or within 150 miles from here." So just, to let you know that he was really proud of his work, and it really was, you know, a lot of people thought it was the prettiest building there.
They did.
You know, and it was like
some even called it the mansion, the Whaley Mansion.
You know, it was a 2-story building, and it was just like, whoa.
It's pretty big, though.
Yeah, it is pretty big.
If you look just from seeing it outside,
yeah,
it's pretty big.
So the house is now in the process of a major restoration, and you know, you always have to restore anything that's old, you know, to preserve it. So, you know, it's understandable that it's always going to be under restoration. So, they have an interpretive period, which is from 1856, when the construction began on the house, to 1885, when Thomas Whaley moved his family to a new home in Newtown, San Diego. So the primarily focus is from 1868 to 1871, when the Whaley House was not the only Whaley family residence, was not only like their residence, but also San Diego's first commercial theater, the county courthouse, and the Whaley and Cross the Way general store, all of which have been restored to the museum. And you see it, right? Like the building next to it. Do you remember seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
The where you purchase the tickets.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're talking about. So that's background information, guys.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the Whaley background of it. So Thomas Whaley, back from the 1800s.
Yeah,
he had a wife, Anna Whaley. Then they had children, Francis, Thomas, Anna, George, Violet, and Corinne. So in the 1850s, the land where the house now stands used to be a gallows area. So the guy wasn't sure what that meant. I was like,
yeah,
that sounds like for horses. But it's actually a hanging ground. So when people used to get sentenced in the court, they would take them out there to hang them. And so one of the people that was hung there, that's famously known, was Yankee Jim. And so he was actually like a 6'4".
Yeah, he was
tall
really
man.
Tall. He was really
and
tall.
So he was
taller than average.
Yeah, taller than average at the time. So he was getting hanged for trying to steal a boat from San Diego. And so Thomas Whaley was actually watching seeing the hanging at the time. So and there was a few other people that were hung there too. So eventually, you know, Thomas was having problems, but he ended up getting a good deal for that land. And he was like, hey, you know, I'll pay you this much for that land. And so he ended up buying the land, and he got it for a really good price. So the thing about it is that once he started building the house, which was, when did he start building it? Did you say in the 1857, 1853? I think I wrote it in here somewhere.
I think it's
1856. So he built the house in 1856, and then the family moved in once the house was already done and built. As soon as they moved in, they started to have paranormal encounters. So Thomas Whaley would say that, you know, it was being haunted by Yankee Jim, because they would hear heavy footsteps upstairs. So and he said that it wasn't women footsteps, because they were pretty heavy, and you can just tell like the weight of them. So, and there were boots, is what he would say. So he started having those encounters, like they would hear the footsteps a lot. And in 1858, the Whaley's young son, 18-month-old, I think, what was his name? Thomas? Was it Thomas? Yeah. So Thomas passed away from scarlet fever. And that happened in the home. So people have said that they do hear children cries now, like after, you know, even after all this time, they will hear children crying, or also children playing around the house. So and they've also had EVP sessions, and they've communicated with Thomas, the son. So he's actually said, oh, it's me, Thomas, or he'll even say Whaley. Like in the recordings, you can hear it where the ghost comes through and he says Whaley, and he says his name is Thomas, and he's even referred to the people that work there, like their name. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Creepy. So that's one incident that happened. And then So this is like people say that they've seen also a child, which story says that this child was one of the neighbor children that passed away. She cut her throat with like the hanging line. She was running.
You're talking about that sharp one? Like
yeah.
The one with the little,
and man. So they're saying that, but they said that hasn't been proven, so they don't know if that's true or not. But people have had encounters of a young child on the stairs, or they can even see her at the courthouse. Like they see her around, so it's pretty weird. And in 1885, the Whaley's daughter Violet was having marital problems, so she ended up getting a divorce. After that, she fell into a deep depression, and she ended up committing suicide. And she shot herself in the heart, and I don't think it wasn't in the house. It was outside one of the outer buildings. I don't remember which one exactly, but the father went out there and he carried her into the house, and so she ended up passing away in the house. So they do say that they hear in the home, they hear a woman crying, like sorrowful. They call her the sorrowful woman. And they've also seen her out back. And we're going to post a video of it that we recorded out there. So you guys can see more of how it looks. Yeah. But it does give you a creepy feeling, like a definite Halloween feeling. But
yeah, definitely.
People have, said that they've seen her out there, and I went to record. I didn't see anything. Thank God. I would be so scared.
Imagine. That's creepy.
So, yeah, so then she had an upstairs room where that's where they hear her crying upstairs. People have also claimed to see Thomas and Anna Whaley. Of course, they, since then passed away. Thomas, it doesn't say, did I write? Yeah, Thomas, I think, passed away in 1890. And Anna Whaley passed away in 1913. And their daughter, I think she was one of the oldest daughters, Frances, passed away in 1914. So people have said that they have seen Mr. Whaley, like even with his, clothing, his top hat, and his like 1800s clothing, and they see him around the house, or they see him, especially on the porch in the front, the upstairs porch.
But that makes me think that why is that the case though?
I mean, so people...
Like, no, but like, why does he still have the same outfits if it's like 2020?
Well, I mean, I think it's like a time thing. Like, they stay in that recorded time. Like, one of the women that works there was saying that it's kind of like a timestamp.
Interesting.
Like, it just stays there, and it doesn't move from that time. So, it's pretty crazy.
Okay.
Like, so Frances passed away in the home, as well as Anna Whaley. I don't know if Mr. Whaley died in the house. I think he died somewhere else.
But the weird thing is that the majority of them did pass away.
They passed away in the home, yeah. And they've also said that they've also seen the cats, the Whaley cats and dogs in the property, like chasing each other around. They can hear them. Yeah, they say that they hear the dogs chasing the cats around the house.
I cannot.
They don't have no pets there. I mean, it's a museum, So that's crazy. Like, even
don't they say? Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. That the dog licks you.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Oh, that's creepy, dude.
Yeah, they were saying that, like, one of the guys who works there, he was like, oh, yeah, a lot of people report that, like, their family dog will, like, lick you. And I was like, what the heck? That's so creepy, that's weird. Dude. But, yeah. That's interesting, though.
So, in 1953, the last Whaley owner passed away, which was also their daughter, one of the oldest one, Corinne Lillian. So she was the last person that owned the home. After that, the home was just there, and then that's when the city took it over, and then they started restoration on the home because it was deteriorated by then. So I wanted to talk about this strange, also paranormal thing that happens. So it is said that when people go, like tourists, they go visit the house because you can do a tour. Every time people go to the upstairs, they have this like really weird like feeling like going up the stairs. They say that it's almost like saran wrap, like around you, or a spider web just hits you, and then you start feeling like all these emotions. So the strange thing that I learned that happened was that certain men that go up there will either feel something around their neck, or they'll get like a bruise, like a scratch around their neck.
What?
And so it is said that that's Yankee Jim, kind of like, hey, this is my territory and I'm gonna hang you. Like, he'll put the rope around your neck, and that's why you get that men gets, and it's certain men that get the bruise or the scratch. But you know, at the time, some of them don't even feel it. It just once they leave, they're like, oh, what's this, dude? Like, this is weird.
Yo, it gets that intense on me.
But the crazy thing about it is that it doesn't happen to all men. It mostly happens to like authority men, like so police officers, people that like work in the force, or people that like, maybe, I don't know about firefighters, but it's just men that, and he chooses like too. It doesn't. Because there's been people that try to go and have that happen, and it just doesn't happen.
Hey, they're over here like, go for it. Oh,
like the ghost hunters people, like the guys. So it's pretty weird. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then sometimes people can even see like the shadow of the rope on the wall. Like, it's weird. Yeah. So it's definitely interesting. Especially, like, I feel like with the hangings in the property, that plays a big role into what's happening.
Because that's like the land prior to the construction of like the house, right? Like, that's what
there was the land, ground. And and the Whaleys didn't always live there. They moved. I think they went to like New York. From New York, he went to San Francisco, where he lived there for a long time. And then after a big earthquake in San Francisco, he ended up moving to San Diego, to where he then built the home. And then he still continued to travel for work, because I think he was like a salesman.
Traveling salesman?
Yeah. I don't know exactly, but he ended up, his family ended up living there. And if you go on the website, you can find the letters, the ledgers to the store, the general store they had. You can find pictures of the family. Like, it's pretty crazy. Yeah. And it's like 1800 stuff.
Yes. So you can find a lot of interesting stuff, man. If you take a look at the web page, like the official web page, I think it is like the Whaley House.
Do you want to talk about the museum info?
Yeah, so museum info, like we said, it's a museum now, so you can go check it out. They have daytime admission and, get this, nighttime tours, which looks pretty super cool, man. Like, dude, we would have. And it's cool because they have like this bus, right? That nighttime bus. It's like black. Yeah. And it'll like take you around, you know?
It's like a creepy, like,
it looks creepy.
Day of the Dead.
Literally, the vibe is so bus. Halloween, dude.
Yeah, so and like he doesn't only take you to the Whaley House, but it takes you to the cemetery where Mr. Whaley is buried. And it takes you to a couple other hot spots, like paranormal hot spots around San Diego. So it's pretty cool.
Major Halloween vibes, though. Dude. Yeah. Like, honestly. Okay, so let me give you guys prices, okay? So daytime, if you want to go, daytime admission is considered from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Adults is $10. And seniors 55 and up, $8. And then if you're active duty, military children from 6 to 12, or, oh no, that's the price, like $8 for them, right? And then children under 5 are free, right? Daytime admission.
We should have
I know, dude. I know, man.
But like, it was closed.
Yeah, it was closed. Maybe because of COVID. I don't know. Yeah. But that was unfortunate. And then, so evening admission from 6 to 9:30, Thursday and Friday only. And there's like from 5 to 9:30. That's only Saturday.
Is it the same price?
No, I think it's a little more. I think this $13 per person. Okay. And children 5 and under not recommended, because I guess it's like kind of scary vibes, you know. So that's basically the nighttime tours. But hey, I would highly recommend. It looks super fun. It looks super, dude. The come on now. The bus look cool, man.
I mean, I don't know if you want to get that rope tied around your neck.
Oh heck no.
But it doesn't happen to women. I think it's only men that's been you know.
Yeah. And it's a 2-tier bus, like London style.
It is?
Yeah, like you didn't see it?
Oh, no, I didn't see that. No? I thought it was just a one story. I don't know.
I don't even recall anymore, but it's super cool, man. Definitely check it out. And like we said, we kind of walked around the property at night, dude. Yeah. More like scary vibes.
Do you think it's haunted or not?
I think it is haunted. I think it is. And
there's been a lot of tourist people that have taken pictures and caught stuff. I took a couple pictures. Maybe I'll post them in this video. I didn't catch anything, not that I can tell, but it's still, I think it's definitely haunted based on the history of the land. and the passings of the Whaley family. So I think that, you know, I definitely think that if not ghosts, maybe there's a type of energy.
Yeah, I think,
so
my opinion, haunted by old spirits, like whatever lingers there. But I also think that maybe it might be cursed too as well, man. So I think that's what's happening. And like I said, I also did like a little video when I was there, and you know, it just, the whole vibe was different. It was like eerie, you know?
It was eerie, but it was fun.
Yeah,
it was
but
nice.
it was fun because it felt like Halloween, you know?
Yeah.
So it was cool, and it's just a whole different vibe, a whole different place, you know what I mean? Like, it looks like Western life.
So I would definitely recommend for you guys to check it out.
Yeah, man, check it out.
And I am going to add some videos, so I think this is all we have.
Yeah, you know.
I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any suggestions, I know Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
October, so we're thinking about doing something fun.
Yeah, we do.
All right. Well, thank you guys, and enjoy, and see you on the next one.
Bye.
All right, guys, so we are here at the Whaley House in San Diego, and they say that it's one of the most haunted homes here. So it's closed for tours, but we can see the outside of it. Let me see if I can go up the stairs. Alright, so this is the front of the house. Front porch. Wait. Okay, guys, so this is the back of the house. And as you can see, everything's closed, so we can't really see inside. But then they have a shed here. And this is where they've said that they've seen a woman back here. So, yeah. Hopefully I don't get to see anything because I'm going to be terrified. Look, there's something in here, like a little room or something. But there's a lot of crazy stories.
Is the back side?
The side. And then I think this is the shed still. Yeah. So